Yes, my Between the Liners, welcome back to the latest match reaction. It's Fulham 0, Manchester United 1, and I cannot believe we have won a game. For once this season, I'm doing a match reaction and we've actually won. And before I praise anyone, I'm not praising Bruno Fernandes. I'm not praising Erik ten Hag. I want to praise the away fans who I heard throughout the whole game, throughout the whole 90 minutes. This win is for you guys. And I said in the second half, I was thinking it in the second half to myself, if we do win this game, the only people that deserve the credit is the away fans. Because throughout that whole 90 minutes, I don't know how they stay strong to sing throughout the whole 90 minutes. Because if that was me in that crowd, like on Wednesday when I was there for the Newcastle game, I'm one of the loudest hurrah in the crowd. But if I was there for that Fulham game, I might have gone silent for a bit, let's be real. Because that performance from United overall was pretty abysmal, like it has been for most of the season. But well done to the away fans, that win is for you. Bruno Fernandes, I'll get to you later. Let's get into the game, because my match reaction for this game was looking very bleak, to be honest. So I'm going to take it back to the starting lineup before the game. And when I was looking at the starting lineup, I was honestly once again disappointed to see Ten Hag playing players not in the correct positions. For example, Dalot at left back. We signed Regular on an emergency loan or whatever it was. Play the guy at left back, please. Wan-Bissaka's just come back fit. You've got him in at right back. Cool. Why is Dalot at left back? It doesn't make sense to me. Play Regulon. He might not be fit. Just get him on there, please. I want to see players in their actual positions. Scott McTominay and Eriksen in the midfield again, and no Amrabat. Erik ten Hag. What's the thinking? I don't get it. Is Eriksen the 6? Is McTominay the 6? Are they both switching? Neither of them are 6s. Neither of them are holding players, holding midfielders. It doesn't make sense. We're seeing it week in, week out. That's not their role. They're not capable of playing that position. Where's Amrabat? You just signed him. Play the geezer. Why has he been subbed off in the last game? Why is he getting subbed off against City? Why is he not starting this game as a holding midfielder? And also, Varane. What's wrong with this guy? And I'm talking about Varane, not Eric. What's wrong with Varane? Is he not fit enough to play 2-3 games in a week? He's not fit enough to play 1 game in a week. 1 minute he's on the bench. 1 minute he's not in the squad. 1 minute he's starting. We're playing Maguire and Evans, I think, for the last 4 Premier League games in a row. This is 2023, bro. We're Man United. How is Varane not playing? And what's wrong? Is it Varane is unfit? Is he too brittle like Martial? He's too fragile, thinks he's going to get injured? Is his mentality, he doesn't want to play because he thinks we're going to lose? I need more from Varane, and if it's not Varane, then Eric needs to come out and explain himself. And I know he said in the previous game that he picked Maguire and Evans for tactics. I honestly think that's probably to protect Varane, because Varane's not fit enough to either want to play in the big games or is not fit enough to even start a game on a weekly basis now. And he's not going to come, Eric's not going to come out and say, yeah, he's fit enough for the bench, but he's not fit enough to start. We might bring him on in case we need him. He's not going to say that because he's going to protect Varane's legacy and his reputation. So naturally, he's going to take the blame on himself and say it's tactics. Or it could be tactics. I don't know. But Varane, I don't know, man. And obviously, Marcus was out of the starting lineup. They're saying he's injured. And he's apologised for having a party, his birthday party on the day of the derby. Whatever. Was he really injured? I don't know. I'll let you guys decide. And get in the comments, please, and let me know. What do you think of Varane, man? I feel like he goes missing too often. Whether it's through injury or mentality, I don't know. Anyway, let's take it on to the positives. I'm going to start with the positives today because we've won the game. We've got 3 points. I know the performance weren't great. I'm going to get into the very few positives that they were. The first goal that we scored, the disallowed one, great play by Garnacho, good anticipation from McTominay. I'd rather have been Højlund in there, but good anticipation from McTominay. Almost kept up his goal scoring chances. But the decision by the referee was an absolute disgrace, in my opinion. Never, ever in any other team's games do you see the referee pulling it back for someone else that didn't get involved in the play to be offside for that goal. They wouldn't even go back and watch it for if it was any other team. Why is it when it's us, they see Garnacho's onside, but then they're looking for other faults? Who's even clocking Maguire offside there? Or interfering with play? Who's even clocked that? Why are you even looking out for that? That's a perfectly good goal, and they completely ruined the momentum of the game, because after that, the players deflated, fans deflated, Eric's pissed off. I don't understand the decision, because for any other team, they don't pick up on that. Why is it just us? All decisions, the big decisions in VAR for this season for United have gone against us. And it was a joke. It's a disgraceful decision in my opinion. Other positives, because there wasn't many, I thought we kept possession a bit better today, don't you think? And obviously a lot of that is down to Fulham because they were pretty poor throughout most of the game. But I thought in the first half we kept possession a bit. McTominay, Eriksen did okay, linking it together from defence to midfield compared to usual at least. I'm not saying it was great, but compared to usual, it was a bit better. We had a lot of possession throughout the game. I think it was something like 59 to 41%. I thought McTominay put himself about a bit more today compared to what he has done in midfield recently, such as tracking his runners in the first half and the second half. He did that a lot compared to the City game where he's letting Bernardo Silva run past him every time. So I thought McTominay put in a bit more of a shift. Bruno made a lot of runs, especially in the first half, and wasn't found. I'm sure his heat map will have him all over the pitch. Not a lot of it was constructive or effective, but I could see him trying to give it his all. I thought he wasn't as erratic as he was against City, for example. Onana made a couple decent saves. And looking at the second half, overall, I want to say a big shout out to Rasmus Højlund. I feel like he's another guy that's come in with unbelievable potential. And it's like we're trying to ruin him. The amount of runs that kid makes in the first half, in the second half, direct runs in behind the defenders, and the passes he receives were so abysmal from Eriksen, from Dalot, from Maguire, from Evans. Was so poor, the passes to him. Too much weight on the pass, bad angles on the pass. I feel so sorry for the kid. It's like we're trying to ruin him. And you could see his disappointment when he came off as well, when he got substituted. He's obviously getting pissed off because the service he's receiving is not good enough. This is a player with potentially elite capabilities, and we're not giving him the service he deserves. And the amount of energy and effort he puts into the team is not being reciprocated by the rest of his teammates. So I think Højlund, we still got big things to expect from him. I know the Premier League goal hasn't come, but I'm sure the goals will start raining in once he gets one and once he gets more support. Because think about it, Bruno's our most creative player. I don't remember Bruno setting up Højlund once today. Did he get one good? Did Højlund have a shot today? I don't think he did. I saw Bruno put in one cross for Højlund, but the defenders read it and got it away. But other than that, did anyone try to find Højlund in a good position? Garnacho had a little attempts. Speaking of Garnacho, this kid, man. First half, I'm not going to lie, I thought it was a bit disappointing. Second half, he was the only one on that pitch that was trying to get a win. He was the only one that was going for goal, the only one that was direct, the only one that was making things happen. Garnacho was a superstar in the making. Just little final touches, the final pass is just lacking a bit, but I think he's getting close to getting there. Pellistri, I thought, worked really hard when he come on. Even though his ability isn't amazing, if you look at the goal, that goal comes from his hard work. He's got the ball's come over him, he's battled with Anthony Robinson, and even though he's technically not great, he's tried to take the ball past him, and physically he's not strong enough. Robinson's got it back, but he's work rate and determination to try and get the ball back, to keep the pressure on the Fulham defence. He's won the ball back, caused a few blockages, has hit Bruno Fernandes, hit Pellistri's back, come back to Bruno Fernandes on the edge of the box. Bruno's worked it. Fair play to McTominay, and Pellistri in that moment is a tight space, and they've managed to work it back to Bruno. Bruno Fernandes with an unbelievable dummy to sell the shot, come back inside onto his right foot. A great finish onto the far corner. Maybe you could argue Leno might do better. I don't know. It probably had a lot of power. There's a lot of defenders in the keeper's way. Well done to Bruno Fernandes. And honestly, I'm not even going to praise him that much for that goal, because I think, personally, that goal deserves to the away fans. Let's move it on to the serious points, the negatives, because that game, let's be real, that was pretty abysmal. One final thing on the positive as well. Onana, well done, because he made a few decent saves as well, but pretty expected saves. Let's move on to the negatives. I've already spoke about the Garnacho, the McTominay disallowed goal. Disgraceful decisions from the referees again. I thought, especially in the first half, Johnny Evans all day today looks a bit out of it. Like, he's usually quite composed, but his passing today was off. He was heading it all the way back to the Fulham players all the time. He was clearing it out of danger, out of play, or just hoofing it up the pitch. He's usually a bit more composed than that. And how do you expect to retain possession when your players at the back aren't capable of keeping the ball? You can't keep possession and retain possession and keep pressure on the pitch, on the opposition, when you're just constantly just hoofing up there and aimlessly getting rid of it. It needs to be calculated. Try to find your teammate. And like I said, usually Evans is probably a bit better than that. And I feel sorry for him. He's 36 years old. He shouldn't be starting in this team at this point of his career, but he is. And I thought he was poor. I've praised Eriksen, McTominay a little bit for keeping it in the first half. But overall in that game, both their performances were shocking. Eriksen, the game drifts past him. McTominay, I honestly did not see him in the second half once until the Bruno goal. How the hell he lasted 90 minutes in that game was a joke. And this brings it back to Ten Hag. Bruv, what are you thinking? Like, I love Ten Hag and I will back Ten Hag even if these guys finish 10th. Because in my opinion, it's the players and the board and all the noise that's letting him down. But Ten Hag, you've got to take some responsibility for your decisions, because keeping McTominay on 90 minutes week in, week out is not making sense. Everyone can see the guy's doing nothing, bro. Take him off the pitch. You sign Mount, you sign Amrabat, you're not even giving him minutes over guys like Eriksen and McTominay. And I rate Eriksen as a footballer, but he's not a holding midfielder. If you're going to play him a bit more forward, giving a bit more license to roam rather than giving him like a defensive disciplined role. And to be honest, it was weird because neither of them were really playing the holding role. They were kind of interchanging. I don't even know what positions they were. And Bruno weren't really a cam either because he was all over the pitch. I don't understand the structure. The inverted fullbacks thing wasn't working today. I think the problem with Ten Hag is, yeah, your plan A might not be working. And I know he's got a lot of criticism about saying he can't play the Ajax way with these players. It's dependent on the players he has in his squad. And I feel like that's like a defensive mechanism to protect the players, because clearly these players aren't capable of playing that style of football because they're not capable of playing many styles of football. But when your plan A isn't working, I need to see a plan B. Eric, you're playing inverted fullbacks against Fulham. Calm. I get it. But it's Dalot at left back, coming inverted, and Wan-Bissaka coming inverted. These aren't the greatest players with great attributes to play the inverted role. So you're saying you can't play your Ajax type of football because of the players. I don't think you can play the inverted style of football, inverted fullback style of football because of the players. But how are you not noticing that? It's like you've got one plan A, and that's it. Change it up. If you're seeing this going wrong, change it up. If you're seeing McTominay and Eriksen in midfield, not capable of playing a holding role, change it up. I don't get it, man. I don't understand. I expect better from the manager, to be honest. Yeah, second half, I thought we got ripped. Eriksen and McTominay were getting ripped apart through the middle. Although second half, there was a spell that we started attacking a bit more, had a bit more intensity. And I think, honestly, mainly that was through Bruno, who I thought was trying to spread it out to Garnacho a bit quicker. But mainly, I thought it was through Garnacho. He was our only attacking threat. Every time he got on the ball, he looked capable of creating havoc. He's forcing the Fulham players back and making mistakes. So I honestly think a lot of the intensity came from Garnacho. I didn't really see any other attacking inspiration. The substitutions, as I mentioned, from Eric were very confusing. We didn't make a single sub till the 60th minute, and it was Anthony for Pellistri. Firstly, well done to Ten Hag for actually noticing that Anthony was having an absolute stinker, and for bringing on Pellistri. He works a bit more, grafts a bit more, and you know you're going to get your all from him. But Anthony, bruv, I've tried to back you as much as I can. I've given up, bro. What? I'm about to swear. What the F does Anthony provide? And I have backed him before, and I've said he provides work rate, tracking back, ball retention. Bruv, the guy is shit. Let's be real. 89 million, 88 million, whatever it was, an unbelievably big waste of money, because I don't know what he does. He gets the ball, he rolls it under his foot a little bit, passes it back. Or if he's near the halfway line, he gets the ball, comes to him on the turn, he does a little flick round, might beat his man, but then he'll come back again. And when he's near the edge of the box, he gets the ball, can't take on his fullback, can't go on the outside, cuts it back, passes it to midfielder. Bro, what the fuck are you providing? You stunk up the whole game. And what colour is his real hair? Is it black? Is it blonde? Some fake Brazilian. He doesn't even look Brazilian with black hair. Not even a step over or nothing. He doesn't even do that little shitty little turn thing he used to do, the 360 spin. What are you providing to the team? Not even a through ball to a striker. Did he pass to Højlund once? Did he link up with Højlund once? Did he get a cross in for Højlund once? Pelestri comes on the pitch, tries to take it on a man, whips it in. Gives it away, tries to fight back and tries to win it back. A fair play to Anthony, he works hard to help his fullback, I get that. But in an attacking sense, what are you providing? Because I'm not seeing anything. And again, Ten Hag has to take the blame for that. I said, if Ten Hag buys this player, he must be good. Because in majority of his signings, I know we can have another debate about that another day. But any player that Ten Hag signed, I said I'd back. Ten Hag had Anthony for 2 years prior to this season at Ajax. And then he signed him for United and he's agreed or accepted for the club to go and spend 88 million or 85 million, whatever it was. But now I'm thinking this is a very serious mistake. Because what? You're telling me we signed Sancho, we signed Anthony, and we still need another right winger. And Ten Hag has trained with this guy day in, day out for what, 3.5 years now, roughly? And he's still starting every game? Something's not adding up. Or what's Ten Hag saying? Obviously, we're just the casual fan, or we see games differently. Erik Ten Hag is a proven manager, a very experienced manager of the highest capabilities. Is he seeing something in Anthony that we're not seeing on a game-to-game basis? Or in training? Is he doing absolute madness? Is he ripping up Wan-Bissaka, Dalot, Shaw, Malacia? Is he ripping them up? I don't know. Because in the game, in the 90 minutes in the Premier League game, he's not doing nothing. And clearly Ten Hag saw that today because he brought him off in the 60th minute. Usually he doesn't really do that with Anthony, but today he's taking him off for Pelestri. And if you think about it, it's worked in our favour because Pelestri, through his hard work and determination, has managed to win back, and then Bruno's got the goal. I'm struggling to understand where we go from here. Look, let's move it on. That's the negatives. We move on to the match roundup. Eric, still huge question marks over some of the decisions you're making. And I hate to say that. I want to back you as much as I can. But still, you have to take accountability for some of the decisions you're making. And I need answers. I need to know what's going on. I need changes. If I don't get answers, because I get it, you can't come out in the press and say everything you're thinking. You got your players to protect. You got the club to protect. You got the image. I understand. You got to back yourself. I get it. But make some changes. This constant McTominay, Eriksen midfield cannot work. Dalot at left back cannot work. Players need to play in their correct positions. I just wanted to mention as well, by the way, I thought Aaron Wan-Bissaka wasn't great today. He looked a bit lethargic, which is probably understandable. He's just come back from a long-term injury. He's trying to work his way in there. So I'm not going to be too harsh on Aaron. And he made a few unbelievable slide tackles that we know he can do. And he gets his foot in at the last second and somehow sweeps it the other side. He's incredible at that. I thought Fulham did okay as well, by the way. Well, they were poor, but they did okay to contain us. We didn't really create many clear-cut chances. So that's well done to Fulham, I guess. But I think they're going to struggle this season. If I was to give or say who was the best player on our team, if not the away fans, it would have to be Garnacho. Onana made a couple decent saves. I don't think Bruno was anything special. I know he's got the winner. I've not really praised him today because I guess you got to give him some praise for having the initiative and the courage and determination to get the winner and the drive to get the winner. And it was a good finish in the end after a good turn. But other than that, during the game, did he provide much? I don't think so. Was it a captain's performance? I'm not so sure. Didn't really stand out to me. So looking ahead, who do we have next? Let's see. We've got, I think we're playing on Champions League. Is it this Wednesday or Tuesday? This Wednesday, we've got Copenhagen away from home. I think if we lose our way out of the Champions League, and I'm not really confident, again, to be honest. I wasn't confident before today. I'm not confident after today. We're still not playing great. It's a win. Can we keep the momentum up? I'm not so sure. If I saw Ten Hag making changes or some of the boys putting in better performances, I might have had a more positive outlook on the future. But at the moment, it's looking very flat. How the fans got us through that today was incredible, to be honest. So I'm going to leave it on that note. This win today was for the away fans at Craven Cottage. Thanks to you guys, we've won the game. Bruno Fernandes, a lot of work to do. Eric Ten Hag, a lot of work to do. Manchester United players, we have been bad, but we've got the win. We've got a lot of work to do still. I think we're 6th in the table now. I just want to quickly check. We are 6th in the table, 5 points off top 4, but we played a game above Liverpool. It's tough. It's looking very tough. Anyway, get in the comments. Let me know what you thought of today's performance. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. I'm your host, Adnan. This is the Between the Lines podcast. See you on the next one. Peace out. Between the Lines.